No comments from the peanut gallery.
Good. Okay. Call the meeting to order on Wednesday, July 19th at 7:33 p.m.
Councilwoman Selby,
Present.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Present.
Supervisor Keating,
Present.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Present.
Councilwoman Martin.
Present.
Supervisor Keating, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, this evening we have no other preliminary matters. We do have a couple of public hearings at 7:35. So since we got about 30 seconds left here, we'll move right on to item number 2, regular business. Item number 1 is the correction and adoption of the minutes from the June 21st, 2023 board meeting. And Councilwoman Lukacek, would you like to take that item?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I did have an opportunity to review. I do not have any recommendations for edits, so I make a motion that we approve June 21st, 2023 board minutes.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Abstain.
Thank you, and motion carried.
All right, it's 7:35 p.m. And again, we do have 2 public hearings tonight at 7:35. So we're going to jump ahead here tonight into new business. Item number 2 is the first item. It's a public hearing for a special permit for live entertainment for license at Cousins located at 7115 Boston State Road. I'll make a motion to open the floor for the public hearing.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes,
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
the floor is open. If anyone has any comments regarding the Cousins use permit, please come to the microphone, state your name, address, and the floor is open.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Jessica Uhas. I live at 5545 Ripple Drive. Been there for about 3 years now. And the issue at hand is something that I never meant to create any bad blood by requesting. But unfortunately, a lot of the natural barrier between my property and Cousins has been cleared out and taken down, just like mostly in surrounding areas and whatnot. That's something that's kind of out of my control, but what I would really like to see happen is some type of barrier be put up between my property and the back of Cousins. I have a 12-year-old daughter, and we have a lot of friends over quite often. And, late night bonfires have kind of turned into watching a spectacle or two happen, back there. And things from drug use to people going to the bathroom in my backyard to people stumbling through my yard in the middle of the night. There's just been a couple of things that have happened since the clearing of this space has gone on that I would just, I'm starting to get a little concerned. And I have a estimate for a fence that could solve this issue. My brother-in-law's fencing company has put something together, and I was really hoping to figure out a solution with the owner of Cousins. Just, more than willing to somehow contribute financially, and, we're willing to do the work too, to help my family members put this together. So that is my request, and I just, that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks so much.
Okay, I do not hear any other comment. I just, for the record, this will be part of the next board packet as correspondence, but we did receive some additional items in regarding to the public hearing. So again, staying under new business night while the public hearing floor is open. Item number 3 is there was a piece of correspondence received from a Daniel Tomasulo located at 7106 Boston State Road. And then there's also item number 4 tonight under new business, which was a memo which was requested from the code enforcement officer, Tom Murphy, pertaining to 7115 Boston State Road for the current violations or issues. One of those matters is the fence that the resident had just spoken to. And then we did receive a couple other additional pieces of correspondence from residents in the neighboring area. So just for the record, again, all that information will be part of the next correspondence at the next board meeting in August. With that being said, I would like to make a motion at this time because there has been some comments and concerns regarding this establishment. I'd like to make a motion to keep the public hearing open at this time for a response from Cousins, from Cousins. Okay. Would you like to make any comment at all, or?
The clearing of the land had nothing to do with
Sir,
me.
hold on. Can you state your name, please?
Rick Aiden
Thank you.
from Cousins. The clearing of the property that she's talking about, I had nothing to do with. I don't know how much of her property butts up to mine, but I don't think it's a very big area. I have also expressed a willingness to participate in the financial parts of a fence, but I don't think that really has anything to do with my live entertainment permit. And I don't know of the statute that you're talking about that says I have to have a barrier. I don't think that was in effect when I took over the business. So I'd like to see that, and I'd like to know when that was voted in or whatever.
We could certainly get that for you.
The correspondence, if I'd like to just, Mr. Hayden.
What?
As the town clerk, I had sent a letter to you regarding the live entertainment license.
Yeah.
And inside of that packet was the documents that Mr. Murphy had provided.
Okay.
So those were
That
inside.
doesn't that doesn't have anything to do with my live entertainment permit, which is why we're here, right?
Well, the live entertainment is I'll chalk it up to an alleged, anything from a noise ordinance or other matters. So the fence potentially, which is a subject of town code, could potentially really kind of remediate any of the concerns that the adjacent neighbors.
Understood, but live entertainment is only one day a week,
Okay.
and I've been doing it for 20 years. 20 years I've been doing it, and I have always gotten my permit mailed to me. I filled it out, sent the check back. Okay, good. So are you tying this live entertainment permit with this new ordinance? Is that what we're doing?
It's actually an existing ordinance. Maybe
It's new to me.
okay. Again, the code enforcement officer is something that they brought in front of the town board that that was a
Understood, but it's not something that I knew about, first of all, or was in effect when I took ownership of the property. And I have put a lot of sound barriers up, but I did it willingly.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying I'm not willing to do it now, but I really don't like to see it tied into my live entertainment permit. Do this, Mr. Hayden, or you're not getting this.
fair enough.
That's what I feel like.
Okay, understood. Any conversation from the town board? You have any questions?
So generally, when we've got a zoning or a planning permitting issue that comes up, anytime a establishment updates or wants to change or edit something on their property, issues like violations, past concerns from residents is brought up at that time. So that may be one of the reasons why the code enforcement officer brought this up when that permit is due for renewal. So it might be because our code enforcement officer is up on the regulations, but this has been in our codes for a number of years now. So that's why we also hold a public hearing to help understand what's going on. If there's something that we can help with between the residents and the establishments, that's what we're kind of here to do, right? We're the liaison between everything. So I wouldn't take it personally. It's just an avenue to
Personally,
have both residents and the establishment be able to have a hearing, a say.
the live entertainment is in place for noise. The fence is for visual. So is there a difference, or do I have to do both?
A fence could also create a somewhat barrier for noise.
Okay.
not sure if it would help or hinder. It's just a part of the code, and
I
That's why we have the
soundproof-
hearing.
I put soundproofed in all my walls. I don't have sound coming out of my building. If you have a visual problem, that's different. I understand that. Like I said, I wasn't the one who took down all that brush. Also did not say that I wasn't willing to help out financially with it, but I don't want it tied into my live entertainment permit, which is noise.
okay,
I don't think it's fair.
okay.
Okay,
Point noted. Thank you.
all done? That it?
I didn't know if you wanted to catch the resident before you all left to exchange.
I'm here to get my live entertainment permit. Okay. Like I said, I've been doing this 20 years and I've never had a problem. No complaints, nothing. That's what I'm here for tonight. If somebody wants to come and talk to me about a fence, I'm more than willing to talk. I've already talked to the other neighbor who tore down all the brush. And we've talked several times. No one else has come up to me.
Okay,
That,
okay.
all right, thanks.
You and council, you wouldn't happen to have the date that code came in by any chance, would you?
Sure. The underlying local law is local law number 4 of the year 2002. So the law dates from 2002. And I think that the provision that the code enforcement officer is probably considering when discussing offense is at G5. One of the conditions can be appropriate control of patrons at times, including but not limited to activities outside of the establishment where live entertainment is occurring. And there's also a criteria for determination relative to compliance with other provisions of the town code.
Thank you. Absolutely.
It's called a barrier. Is that what we're calling it?
That's what the way the language is in the code.
Okay. And what constitutes a barrier?
Well, it could be anything from, that the screen of shrubbery. It could be a fence. Absolutely.
Okay.
Barrier is pretty vague, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I do have a question. This is a public hearing where normally we would just take in
Yeah.
the correspondence and information. But I do have a question. So do you ever have live entertainment outside?
No.
Okay.
In my application, I request for live entertainment 3 nights a week, only because if I decide to do it on a Friday night, I don't want to have to apply for a special permit 3 months in advance. I don't ever do music on Friday nights, but if I want to, I'd like to be able to, and it's already in my permit. That's
Okay.
why I do it Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Currently, I have open mic on Thursday nights, which ends at 11:30, and bands on Saturday nights don't come in till September, October, November. I don't have many anymore because just people aren't into it anymore. And then again in late February, March, April. So and I have a total of 10 at the most Saturday night bands. I don't really do it that much anymore.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Thank
I
you.
just needed to know what constitutes a barrier.
Fair enough. Right. And I could have the code enforcement officer, follow up with you, and we're absolutely willing to work with you.
Vague works perfect for me.
All right. Does the town board have any, we want to act on the permit tonight, or do we want to keep? We had a conversation downstairs. Any discussion or conversation on this?
Well, I think that we should provide copies of these letters to Mr. Hayden. Whether or not anybody has approached you personally to, get any input, we have lots of input, and that's, that's why we're at where we're at. I think that if you reasonably address the concerns of the neighbors, I think that there's no reason to stand in front of your permit for live entertainment. But I would like to see that conversation happen. And certainly with the code enforcement officer, just tighten it up. I mean, I think we can get this resolved in short order, but you know, all parties have to work together. And that's really what my concern is. And I would like to compliment you on your menu. It's since COVID, it's been really outstanding. Yeah, we can make copies of
We
these
can
letters
absolutely
for
get those.
you. Sure.
Sure. At the end of the meeting, I'd be happy to make those copies for you. Absolutely. Yeah, we do have another public hearing right after this one, and we have other board items, but I'd be happy to get those copies to you. Absolutely. Yep. Thank you, Sandy. All right.
You have a motion on the table.
You're right. So there's a motion on the table. Do we want to continue the motion? Actually, if there's no second, then the motion falls. So,
Well, I was going to second.
You
To
were-
leave it open. Yeah.
okay.
To
Well, we did have feedback. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. So the motion has is to leave the public hearing open at this time. So do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. I have a second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. And again, we do have another public hearing. So again, under the first public hearing, which was items 2, 3, and 4 under new business, the fifth item is a public hearing to amend bond resolution for increase and improvement to facilities of water districts numbers 1 and 2 in the town of Boston, County of Erie, New York. I'll make a motion to open the floor.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
And we do have quite a few people in the audience. If you're not aware, I will just read this public hearing notice. That notice is hereby given that the town board of the town of Boston, this is a lengthy one, folks, just so bear with me. The County of Erie, State of New York, will meet at Town Hall, 8500 Boston State Road, Boston, New York, on July 19th, 2023 at 7:35 o'clock p.m. for the purpose of conducting a public hearing in relation to the proposed increase and improvement for facilities of water districts numbers 1 and 2, further titled the districts, as described in the map, plan, and report for the town of Boston water system improvements to water districts numbers 1 and 2, dated August 2020 and updated in October 2021, and then again in June of 2023 for the increase of and improvement of facilities at the districts consisting of 1, water main replacement and pump station improvements serving properties located within water district number 1 at an estimated maximum cost of $13,774,000. And 2, water main replacement improvements serving properties located within water district number 2 at an estimated maximum cost of $1,882,000 collectively as projects. The current approved total estimated maximum cost of the projects is $15,656,000, which is proposed to be financed through the issuance of bonds by the town of Boston on behalf of the districts, payable by 1, the application of any grant monies received by the town and from the United States of America or the state of New York with respect to projects, and 2, levy and collections of assessments on real property in the districts. Therefore, the project's cost burden is expected to be borne by the district's property owners throughout the expected term of the bonds. However, the bonds to be issued shall be general obligation bonds of the town of Boston, and in the event the amount of the assessments collected within the districts is insufficient to pay for the costs of the projects and or the debt service related to the projects, such costs and or debt service shall be paid for from the general town taxes. Each of the districts are provided water by the Erie County Water Authority, also known as ECWA, which is the Erie County Water Authority again, and the water system is lease managed by ECWA through an agreement with the town. Further details concerning such proposed increase and improvements of the facilities and the estimated costs thereof are set forth in the above mentioned map plan report, which is available online at the Town of Boston website, which is townofboston.com/water project. And this is by the order of the town board of the town of Boston, dated June 21st, 2023, Boston, New York. Sandra Quinlan, town clerk. The floor is open. If there are any comments on that, on this matter, please come up to the microphone, state your name, address, and the floor is open. All right, with no comment, I will make a motion to close the floor.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, now we've handled both of the public hearings. We're going to go back to our regular scheduled programming here tonight. And item number 2, back under item number 2 of regular business, is a consideration of all fund bills. And Councilwoman Selby, would you like to take that item tonight?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. After reviewing the fund bills, I'd like to make a motion to release payment the total of $471,041.69.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, moving right along. Item number 3 is our correspondence received. We do have 17 items tonight. All of these, I won't belabor and go through reading all what's in all of these, but all of these are on file in the town clerk's office. Item number 1 is a dog control officer report for June 2023. Item number 2 is a town clerk's report for June of 2023. Item number 3 is the Erie County Sewer District number 3, June 7th, 2023 minutes. And item number 4 is the Erie County Sewer District number 3, June 14th, 2023 minutes. For anyone that has any interest, that is, both of those items were budget discussions and proposed cost increases that goes over to the county legislature. I'm part of that board, and that budget did pass. Item number 5, the Erie County Department of Public Works, Division of Highways, Back Creek Road Reconstruction, Slope Stabilization Minutes, Progress Report Meeting number 2. Item number 6 is the RG&E Key Projects and Programs documentation. Item number 7 is NYSEG Key Projects and Programs documents. Item number 8 is NYSEG and RG&E Rate Case Fact Sheet. And item number 9 is NYSEG and RG&E with multiple parties file proposed rate case settlement with the New York State Public Service Commission. Just briefly on those 3 items, NYSEG has proposed a cost increase on their rates, and all the supporting documentation you may have heard throughout the media or maybe even through town. All of that documentation in totality is there. Item number 10 is the Bread of Life June newsletter. Item number 11 is the North Boston Town Park Restroom and Pavilion, June 21st, 2023 minutes. Item 12 is the Architect Field Report for the North Boston Town Park and Restroom and Pavilion Report number 23. Item 13 is the Dispatch Call Summary Reports for date from February, April, May of 2023 for Boston EMS, Boston Fire Company, North Boston Fire Company, and Patchen Fire Company. Item 14 is the resignation letter from Richard Hawkins as Deputy Supervisor. Item number 15 is a letter from the Eden Veterinary Clinic. Item number 16 is NYSERDA Energy Benchmarking Report for 2022. Item number 17 is the energy use charts as of June 30th, 2023, and that is for the town's benchmarking program that we go through to track our energy usage here in town. Item number 18 is the 2024 budget schedule. Item number 19 is the May and June income statements that was submitted to the board. Item number 20 is the May and June 2023 cash receipts. Again, all of those items are on file and received with the town clerk's office. They're also part of the packet for tonight online. So getting into our new business tonight, we have item number 1 is requests from the floor. Anyone is in the audience, you are certainly welcome to come up to the microphone. Please state your name, address, and you have 3 minutes each. The floor is open.
Good evening, Mark Wolfling, Town of Aurora, 475 Center Street. I represent New York Citizens Audit. It's my second time here, and I do understand that you're not going to vote on the resolution, but a few months ago, I presented this resolution to my town board and our town supervisor, wanted to dismiss us and brush us off by saying that we don't sign resolutions to issues that do not affect the residents of our town. And that was his side of the conversation. My side was I explained to him that 23% of our machines failed on election night. And I couldn't get any response from Board of Elections on how many have failed in other towns, just for comparison. And he didn't think that affected the residents of our town. We also had no authentication paperwork for our machines, which are required. And I could get no response from the Board of Elections on the authentication, which is a security risk of those machines Erie County was placing throughout our town and all our precincts. And he said to me that this doesn't affect the residents of our town. There was chain of custody problem at the end of the night that I witnessed. I reported that in to the Board of Election, and the town supervisor board said, I don't believe that affects the residents of our town. There was 23,000 irregular votes assigned to the Erie County, 23,000 completely wiping out the population of my town. These irregular votes are not legitimate. They're invalid. And he says he didn't believe that those affected our town. We had 746,000 of these irregular votes across New York State, completely wiping out dozens and dozens of towns across the state, which these irregulars are not inputted through the precincts at the ballot box. These are assigned by the malicious program that we found, and I made you all aware of. They're being harvested and assigned, and he thought that that did not affect the residents of our town. So I was supposed to be at another town board meeting tonight, and the supervisor there said that I would not be able to speak on this issue because the resolution does not affect the residents of this town. So apparently there's some kind of collusion that just started amongst the supervisors. I don't know why we're being censored. This is important. And my statement, I just want to wrap up cleanly. I would like to talk to you some night this week to understand why all the supervisors are all of a sudden on board with the censorship of our data and our information, because it does affect the residents of all our towns. And okay, and I would like to discuss this further in a work session. I'll be in touch. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So sorry, I have a question. Did you provide data at that time?
Yeah, we analyzed the data. We have 16 pages of election violations. That was in our deficit report. It's called the deficit report, 16 pages long.
And where is that?
That was emailed to everybody. I have a copy here if you would like it.
Yes, please.
Sure.
You don't have to give it to me now. If you just want to leave it on the table, I didn't want to take up more time of the
I
town
do.
board, but
I do. And just the elections are either valid and provable, or they're invalid. They're either accurate, which we have 16 pages to show they aren't, or they're invalid. And the only way to get to the bottom is a simple audit. That's what we're asking for. That's what we're pushing. It's going to help all the residents of your town. I'll leave it here.
thank you, sir.
Okay, with no further comments, I will close the floor. Under new business, we've already covered items number 2, 3, and 4, in addition to number 5. So moving right along, or item number 6 is resolution 2023-64, which is a resolution of the town board of the town of Boston, Erie County, New York, the town, pursuant to section 202B of the town law, determining that it is in the public's interest to undertake certain improvements in the town of Boston water districts numbers 1 and 2 facilities. And Councilwoman Martin, would you like to take that item tonight?
Yes, Supervisor, thank you. Resolution 2023-64 is to increase improvement of facilities of water districts number 1 and 2 in the town of Boston, the County of Erie, New York, pursuant to section 202B, the town law. Water main replacement and pump station improvements serving the properties within Water District Number 1 with an estimated maximum cost of $9,738,000, and also water main replacement improvements serving properties located within Water District 2 at an estimated maximum cost of $1,320,000. So based in part on the evidence given at the public hearing, it's found determined that public interest to undertake this project, described at a maximum cost of $15,656,000. I make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item number 7 tonight is Resolution 2023-65 to a mandatory bond resolution for the Town of Boston, of the Town Board of the Town of Boston, Erie County, New York, the town, amending and restating the bond resolution dated November 3rd, 2021, authorizing the issuance of up to $15,656,000 in serial bonds of the town to finance certain improvements to the Town of Boston Water Districts numbers 1 and 2. And Councilwoman Selby, would you like to take that item tonight?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. The engineer has informed the town that due to significant rise in the cost of materials and labor, the estimated maximum cost of the projects would need to be increased. Water District 1 replacement of pump station increased by $4,603,000. The total of $15,656,000. That was broken down between Water 2 increased $1,320,000 to $1,882,000. It's all more particularly described in the map plan and report, but as the bond is increased, the maximum cost is now $15,656,000. I'd like to make a motion to amend the bond resolution for this amount.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 8 tonight under our new business is Resolution 2023-66, which is a New York State Water Infrastructure Improvement Act, sometimes also referred to as WIA, for 2023 New York State Water Grant. I'll take this item since we've just heard a lot of very large numbers. So I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2023-66. The town is going to go out and apply for this WIA grant. The supervisor or my representative is will be authorized to submit a 2023 New York State WIA grant application in the amount of $10,090,000, which the town is requesting $5 million in grant funding. So I'd like to make a motion to approve that resolution to help out with some of these water projects we are currently discussing.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 9 tonight is Resolution 2023-67, which is amending the budget to properly account for the insurance recovery for a streetlight. And Councilman Cardicchini, would you like to take that item?
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I'd like to make a motion that we approve Resolution 2023-67, which amends our budget of increased appropriations from account number A005812-400 for street lighting contractual in the amount of $4,657 and increase revenues for account number A0026800000 in the insurance recoveries of $4,657.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 10 tonight is Resolution 2023-68, which is the town board requires highway superintendent to display the Town of Boston seal on all town vehicles, including highway superintendent vehicle. I'll take this item tonight. So I'd like to make a motion to approve this resolution as the whereas under New York State Highway Law 142 subsection 2 and Town Law 32 subsection 1 and addition 64 subsection 3 that a town board may require all town vehicles, including those used by superintendent of highways, to display the decals identifying the vehicle as town property described in the laws I just mentioned. Whereas the New York State Comptroller also has opined in section 91-3 that supports the authority of a town board in regard to town board has the custody control of all property of the town. And whereas the town board on a meeting on June 4th, 2003, there's a motion made by Supervisor Egan and seconded by Councilman Mead to place permanent Town of Boston seals on all town vehicles, including highway truck, parks, trucks, tractors, heavy equipment, etc. So without further ado, I want to make a motion to have this resolved that the town board of Town of Boston hereby directs the highway superintendent to immediately place permanent Town of Boston seals on the town truck used by the highway superintendent, procured by resolution 2022-75. And that is further resolved that the town board expects compliance with the law as prepared to take additional action for noncompliance. The motion has been made.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item number 11 tonight is resolution 2023-69. And Councilwoman Martin, would you like to take that item tonight?
Yes, Supervisor, thank you. Resolution number 2023-69. I make a motion to approve this nepotism policy because we are committed to promoting a fair and unbiased work environment in recognition that nepotism can undermine the principles of meritocracy, equality, and fairness in the workplace. This policy establishes guidelines around the appointment and supervision of relatives within the organization. It applies to all employees of the town of Boston, including elected officials, full-time and part-time employees, contractors, and volunteers. There is a grandfather clause, which would exclude employees who are already working within the town of Boston and have established direct reporting relationship with a relative. But I make a motion to approve this new policy.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item number 12 tonight is resolution 2023-70 to appoint a town assessor. And Councilwoman Selby, would you like to take that item tonight?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Whereas the town of Boston received notice of resignation on June 15th, 2023 by our current town assessor, and her last day of work was June 27th. We received a resume from a qualified candidate, Thelma Hornberger, and I would like to make a motion to appoint Thelma Hornberger as town assessor pursuant to SA-3 paragraph D of the town law to fill the remaining term of the town assessor effective July 19th, going through September 30th, 2025. Her hourly rate is $29.58 based on the salary set at the January 4th reorg meeting. I would like to make an appointment to fulfill this position.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item number 13 is an appointment of the assessment clerk. I'd like to make a motion to table that item tonight. Hopefully we'll have another, we're still waiting on actually an applicant to submit a resume into us. So we're going to make a motion. I'll make a motion to table that item.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. And item number 14 is a request from our code enforcement officer, Thomas Murphy, to attend annual training. And Councilwoman Lukacek, would you like to take that item?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. Our code enforcement officer, Thomas Murphy, has requested to attend the Western Southern Tier Building Officials Association's Conference September 13th through the 15th. It is going to be at the Chautauqua Harbor Hotel in Solera in New York.
Celeron.
Whatever. The cost of the conference is $325. 2 nights of the hotel is $192. Round trip travel with the mileage. So the 3-day total we are anticipating is $538.25. I make a motion that we approve the attendance of our town code enforcement officer to the association's conference.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
I do have a question. It doesn't have food. Do we reimburse for food?
We do. So the town's policy on travel is that the receipts would be submitted to the town board for review and audit. We do not pay reimburse for tax, and we do not reimburse for any alcoholic beverages.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. And Councilwoman Martin,
Yes.
motion carried.
All right. Item number 15 is a proclamation for Randy Seifert. Councilman Cardicchini.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I don't know if Randy would like to come up.
Yeah, we'll get a picture.
Can he, so you want to stand that long or do you want to let him sit?
Did you want to come up? Did you want to go out there? Do you want to? Go ahead. Whatever you want to do.
I'd like to read it with the microphone so
Sure.
everybody could hear.
You got it.
We, as a town board, are issuing a proclamation for Randy Seifert. Whereas it is our distinct honor and privilege as the town board of the town of Boston to recognize and celebrate extraordinary individuals whose selfless dedication and unwavering commitment have made a lasting impact on our community. And whereas it is with great pride and heartfelt gratitude that we gather today to honor Randy Seifert, a remarkable individual who has dedicated an impressive 50 years of his life to serving the North Boston Volunteer Fire Company, an integral part of our town's safety and well-being. Whereas Randy's journey began on July 2nd, 1973, when he joined the esteemed ranks of the North Boston Volunteer Fire Company, thereby upholding the revered tradition established by his great-grandfather, grandfather, and his father, Roy, who instilled within him a profound sense of duty and community service. And whereas Randy's commitment to the fire company extended beyond his personal dedication, as he proudly passed down the torch of service to future generations, with his son Casey becoming the 5th generation firefighter by joining the fire company in 2003. And whereas the Seifert family has played a significant role in shaping the history and fabric of the North Boston Fire Company, with Randy's father, Roy, serving as a life member and past president, as well as a charter member of the Boston Emergency Squad, and his mother, Betty, actively contributed her time and efforts as a dedicated member of the Ladies Auxiliary for many years. And whereas Randy's exceptional leadership skills and administrative acumen have been a tremendous asset to the North Boston Fire Company, having served as vice president from 1982 to 1984, president from 1985 to 1987, and from 2020 to the present, as well as secretary from 1991 to 2019, where his unwavering dedication and astute management significantly contributed to the growth and success of the North Boston Fire Company. Whereas Randy, his commitment to the broader fire service community is evident through his dedicated service as the treasurer of the Boston Colden Fire Chiefs Association, promoting collaboration and cooperation among neighboring fire departments and fostering a united front in ensuring the safety and well-being of our residents. Whereas Randy's involvement extended beyond administrative duties as he wholeheartedly embraced the responsibility of chairing the 75th anniversary committee, ensuring that this milestone was celebrated with utmost reverence and dignity, and actively participating in various other fundraising committees, which played a vital role in securing essential resources for the North Boston Volunteer Fire Company. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Town of Boston Town Board, along with the greater community, unite to express our deepest gratitude and admiration for Randy, honoring his extraordinary 50 years of unwavering commitment, selfless service, and remarkable leadership within our community. And be it further proclaimed that we commend Randy for upholding the rich legacy and traditions established by his predecessors, and for inspiring future generations to embrace the noble profession of firefighting, ensuring safety and well-being of our community for years to come. And be it finally proclaimed that a copy of this formal proclamation be presented to Randy as a testament to our heartfelt appreciation and as a lasting reminder of the profound impact he has made on the North Boston Volunteer Fire Company and the community it serves. Dated this 19th day of July, 2023, Jason A. Keating, Town of Boston Supervisor.
get a picture? Yeah, I'll do a picture all together.
Yeah. It's a great honor for me.
Thank you. Oh, I don't want to be. I don't want to.
Me neither. I don't want to be in it.
Or should we get out of the picture? I'm gonna duck out of the picture.
You gotta close ranks. Come on, Close ranks. Stiffen up.
What do I do? Do I just say I have an emergency?
You're as young as he is.
No, the short guy's hiding in the back. I'm blowing you.
Run to the tree, everybody smile.
Yeah. No.
So are we going out after the meeting to celebrate or what?
I heard Jeff's trend.
I don't think I can, Gene. Otherwise I would.
Oh boy, here we go. All right, moving right along tonight. Item number 16 tonight under our new business is an application for use of facility for St. Martin's Lutheran Church. And Councilwoman Martin, would you like to take that item?
Thank you, Supervisor. St. Martin's Lutheran Church has requested the use of the Boston Town Park Lions Shelter with bathroom facilities on August 13th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for a church service and picnic for 50 or more attendees. They have paid their $75 fee. Is that date available, Madam Clerk?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I make a motion to accept their application.
Second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, item number 17 tonight under new business is a application for use of meeting facility for the town's budget presentation. And Councilwoman Selby, would you like to take that item tonight?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. We received an application for use of facility from Ellie, our town bookkeeper and budget director, in order to do a presentation around the budget season. And it would be on October 11th, 2023 at 7 p.m. And it's the Town Hall Community Room without the kitchen. I'd like to make a motion to approve this application.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, we have one item for old business tonight, and that one item is a application for renewal of live entertainment license for Rick Hayden for Cousins. We did have some discussion on that tonight, as everyone here had witnessed. I will make a motion to table that application pending the feedback and hopefully some resolve with code enforcement.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, that is all for our business tonight. Moving on to reports and presentations, and Councilwoman Selby, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Congratulations, and thank you for your years of service, Mr. Seifert. We really appreciate it, and we really need more people like you that are dedicated, and the North Boston Fire Department is truly very fortunate to have you, and it shows by the support here tonight. And from the bottom of my heart, we thank you so much for your service and your work over the years. I'd also like to publicly thank Richie Hawkins, deputy supervisor for his years of service to the town of Boston. I've known Richie since probably before 2009 when he was supervisor and I worked under him. He has always been a caring and respectful person and always had the residents' interest at the forefront. I wish him well, best going forward, and we will truly miss him here. On another note, I'm excited to have Thelma Hornberger back here at the town of Boston as our assessor. She worked a number of years ago as our assessor. She did a fantastic job, and I'm very excited that she was able and willing to come back to work for us. So thank you for that. That is all I have for tonight.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilman Cartagini, you have the floor.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I got a few thank yous as well. First, I'd like to recognize the North Boston Fire Company, the Patchen Fire Company, the Boston Fire Company, and the Emergency Squad for being on site, on location for our 4th of July holiday festivities, the fireworks that we had. We tried some new things this year that we felt went pretty well. And looking forward to getting some feedback and making any necessary changes we would have for, next year. I'd like to also welcome Thelma Thornberger. I look forward to meeting her. I understand her tenure here was quite good. So, and it's great that we don't have to have our supervisor fulfilling the obligation of the tax assessor per New York State.
Yeah.
Randy, I would personally like to thank you for your service, and I've greatly enjoyed working with you. We've worked together on a number of things, and it's just remarkable. 50 years of service, and you're still going. I mean, it's not like an end date. I mean, you're still very active in the company, and it's great to see. And I know how much time you put into it, and I know how much you care about it. And just wanted to take a moment to personally thank you. I'd also like to thank Rich Hawkins. He's my neighbor. He's been very active in the town as the deputy supervisor. He's had a lot of good input. He's been here, lifelong resident, to my understanding. So I would like to thank him for his service to the town. And I would also like to give a warm welcome to our new deputy town supervisor, Miss Allison Kozier. So I know you've done a great job with the concert series and pretty much everything you do. So we're happy to have you and look forward to seeing how you run a meeting. No pressure. And that's all I have tonight.
All right. Thank you very much. Councilwoman Lukacek, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I did want to thank Rich Hawkins. It was a pleasure working with you. It was really, I would say, the second time that I've had to work with him. And he was always forthcoming with his knowledge, expertise, opinions, and he never held back. And honestly, that's what we need. We need someone with the heart and to be able to express themselves freely. And I appreciate that sincerely. So I thank him for his service. He will be missed. Good luck, Allison. Congratulations. Look forward to working with you on a larger note up here. Good luck. Mr. Seifert, am I right on that? Yeah. Okay. Congratulations for those so many years. I would love to say it was longer than I've been alive, but I'm eternally 49. But congratulations. I have been part of a fire department in my past life, and I understand what goes into it and all that you've accomplished as well as your family. That means a lot in this world nowadays. And like my cohort said, it's something to be commended on, and I'm so glad that your friends and family have done the proclamation for you. So congratulations. Kelly had to step out. She had an emergency. She did want to say thank you to Rich Hawkins and congratulations, Mr. Seifert, on your proclamation. That's all I have.
All right. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, you have the floor.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. Just a few things tonight. Our last blood drive, of course, it's always a big success here at the town hall. The blood that was donated had the possibility to save 72 lives of local patients. The next blood drive is Tuesday, August 1st. I was, as Councilman Cardicchini had asked if I had given blood at the blood drive. I was not able to because I was sick. As you can tell, I'm still getting over it, but I do anticipate that I will be calling Barbara Moore to sign up for the next one. And the Boston Free Library will have their summer jamboree right here on town property next Thursday, July 27th from 5 to 8 p.m. So take a look at that. I know their sign is out in the front. You can go online and look to see all the events that are going on here. And I had someone come and visit us who was a prior resident from town. Sherry Pluta was a longtime resident in the town of Boston. She actually has finished a book. It's called When Love Died. So what that is regarding is the John Love murder that happened right here in Boston. So her book signing will actually be at the Erie County Fair in the historical building on Thursday, August 17th and Sunday, August 20th. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. First and foremost, Randy, congratulations. 50 years, it's definitely a testament to, echoing my fellow colleagues here, sentiments. It's a testament. It's many more years than I've been alive. I'm the young guy here, but being a past firefighter, my wife and I both met in the EMT class. It's a dedication, right? I mean, we never know when those tones go out. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning, whenever. We're there for each other, and that's what makes the community, and especially these volunteer organizations, very special. Just because of the fact that we have that vested interest, so we want to do better. We do want to serve. So thank you very much for your 50 years of service. It's a great testament. So I'll go on to thank my deputy supervisor, Rich Hawkins. Some of you do know Rich. It's kind of unfortunate he's had some health concerns. And it's just one of those things. I agree with John that he was a great sounding board for all of us on the town board. When he needed to push back, he pushed back, and I respected that. And truthfully, that's one of the reasons I appointed him as my deputy supervisor, just to be that sounding board, to have a different perspective and a different opinion on things. We're all thinking in the same direction. It's good to be challenged and have a different lens. So I'm going to miss him for sure. I do look forward to working with Allison. She graciously stepped up, but there's no secret to the fact that if somebody calls my office and I'm not here, Allison's at the helm of the ship. So a lot of things that do get done under this roof and for the community, Allison's doing that. And I will very openly and publicly say that about her. She does a great job. A lot of the documentation that comes together, she works very closely with the town clerk's office and all the departments here. She started out working for code enforcement there. And truly, I kind of saw that talent and looked at kind of the background, her resume, and truly kind of swiped her away from a clerk and made her my assistant in the office. So really, Allison, thank you for everything. Congratulations on the appointment. Definitely, as always, look forward to working with you. What happens up here, as you know, all the hard work happens downstairs and with the town clerk, and up here it's just a formality of the meeting. So thank you for your interest and your involvement, the additional involvement. Going on, we did the summer concert series. As Councilman Cardicchini stated, that was actually on my things to talk about. So I'll bring summer concert series. Those are underway. Please come out on Tuesday night. It's a great event. Speaking of bringing the community together, it's a great time. I encourage people to come out. We do take feedback. There were a couple of bands that we did change up a little bit. Actually, Allison respectfully changed up a little bit this year, but we did that based off of public feedback. And also this year, for those of you who haven't been in past meetings, again, some of Allison's testament to her work and some of the stuff that the town board's worked on. The ASI, which is Arts and Services Institute Cultural Grant, we've been awarded the highest dollar amount ever in the town's history. Which is huge. So we can actually bring in larger performing bands, and it's great for the community. So we will miss some of those bands that we didn't get this year, but there's only so many Tuesdays in a month. Who knows? Maybe we'll get to something where it's a couple times a week. We'll see what the community wants. Moving along, there was actually a press media conference today at the North Boston Park. There's a new pavilion that went in down there that was funded through CDBG or Community Development Block Grant funds. The remaining balance was paid for by American Rescue Plan funds. That project, there's no secret to the fact that it was an expensive one. Nothing is cheap these days. That project was about $500,000 for what is down there right now. But it was a really nice press conference. It was nice to have the county executive essentially coordinated most of this. But as the county executive commissioner from Dan Castle for environment planning, we had deputy commissioner from environment planning there. We had some of the environment planning staff. Councilwoman Selby was able to make it. Town clerk Quinlan was able to make it. We had legislator Mills on site. It was a really nice event, and the media, really liked that. Plus, today being National Hot Dog Day, for those of you who may have seen the new metal roof on George's, that was the part of the downtown storefront revitalization money that's out there. So they took advantage of that program and met all the criteria. So that's how they got their new roof. So these are opportunities for local businesses here in our community to take advantage of some of these funding opportunities. We do try to get that information as it comes out from the county out on either the town website and or social media. So for as you want, spread that word. It's great opportunities and ways for some of these businesses to make some really nice improvements. EerieNet, I know I bring this up from time to time, but the EerieNet.com is officially live. EerieNet is 400 miles of dark fiber, going back to the early days of the pandemic when people needed internet to work at home or their kids needed internet to tie into their school meetings. EerieNet is in kind of that middle mile solution. Boston is one of the towns, and I thank my town board members for supporting the resolution at the time. There's no commitment on the resolution, but we were an interested municipality to do this build out for fiber optic throughout the community. Right now, the plan, which you can see on the EerieNet website, will go down Cole Road and dip down into dip down either Liebler, hasn't been officially designed yet, but dip down into either Liebler or Omphalius, and then come to the town hall. And the idea is that it would connect potentially fire halls, ambulance organizations, town halls, village halls, library systems, etc. And then from there branch out and look for partners. UB and other educational institutions. Hilbert College is another one that we're looking at to partner with. So there's a lot of good information there, and hopefully areas that do need an option above and beyond Spectrum, because those of us that live here know that Spectrum is kind of the dominant force here, and Verizon is pretty much on the North Boston side of our community. Hopefully that'll bring some competition in here. Bring a potentially par or even better service than what Spectrum is offering, and hopefully be a competitor cost-wise. So there's a lot of potential there. Legislator Mills and I will sit on that executive board. So I'll continue to bring information here because that was one of the promises I kind of made as a councilman and now as a supervisor, that I'm trying to get an additional solution and reach out to residents and make that connectivity. So, but please feel free to check out EerieNet.com. Going on, the Western New York Southland Scenic Byway Photo Contest. We put this out on social media. There is a really large draw to this, and it's great to see. But if you're happy to be a Shutterbug, whether you have one of these wonderful devices these days or SLR camera and want to go on the pro route, we decided to break it up into two different categories to keep the playing field level. So there is a mobile device option and then a professional photo option. We did have a couple residents submit photos last year. There is a monetary price to that, but if you jump, for those that are interested, if you jump out to WNYSS, and that's Sam, B's and boy.org. So WNYSSB.org. All the full details are there. Please submit any of your photos that you want to have judged. And the deadline for those photos is November 30th of this year. A couple things that we're working on, of course, as we had on our agenda tonight. Budget season is close upon us. We're starting those early conversations. Collective bargaining agreement is currently going on in the town with the highway union. And that is all I have for items that pertain to the town. From the county side of things, I did want to let everyone know that I did attend the Back Creek reconstruction and slope stabilization project over on Back Creek. That's item number 3. So far, everything still remains on schedule for October 31st is the deadline. So all those wonderful detours you see, hopefully at the end of October, those will all go away. A couple of the issues, just for transparency and openness sake, there was a little bit of cracking near the slope near the roadway. There were some concerns with potential some of the estimates with the notifications of the payment and approvals. It's just essentially a technicality, a workflow process from the vendor that's performing the work and then the county system, but that has been cleared up actually as of at the end of the meeting. It was nice to see a quick resolve to that matter. But again, everything is currently on value. It is on schedule, so hopefully that all gets done soon. Once that section of road does get down, the town will put out notice to residents, town website, and the social media, because once they get to the slope stabilization done, they're going to remove that section of road. So there won't be a pass through. If you went down there tonight, you can pass through, but there will be a point when that road does not exist while they fix all of that. But so that's the update on from the county side of things from that meeting they attended Tuesday morning. Just a quick note, the next meeting is August 2nd. That will be a regular meeting. And since it is the summer schedule, and in respect of all my fellow board members here, we are canceling the August 16th meeting to try to give us a little bit of a summer break. Pending the water projects and some of the bonding stuff that's going on, we may need to schedule a special meeting. If that needs to happen, as always, that will be on the town website and on social media. So, and of course, posted out to the media outlets as we're required by law to do. And that is all I have tonight. I'll make a motion to end the meeting at 8:38 p.m.
Second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.